In this tutorial, I want to create a fun little animation where I have an airplane flying through a night sky scene. So I've taken my son's toy airplane, shot it on a green screen, and I've removed the background. Now I have it flying with this moon graphic, and I want to be able to spice it up with some elements from AEJuice. Let's take a look at what we can do. The first thing I want to do is open up my AEJuice panel. So to do that, I'm going to go to Window and select AEJuice Pack Manager, and that'll launch the panel. That's going to launch it in a new tab, and let's have a closer look at this. I'm going to full screen this. Okay, now this is a really cool panel the way it's set up here, very intuitive. So this one's actually going to be perfect. So I don't want my flames to be blue. I actually like the color of this flame, so I'm just going to grab the eyedropper tool and click over that, select OK, and then I don't want that style either. I want this to glow like a proper flame. So I'm going to select that, hit OK, and now I can go ahead and select it again and hit this import button here. Now for this particular element to work with my airplane, I need to actually attach it to the airplane so it moves along with it. So for that, I'm going to do some basic tracking. So I'm going to grab my airplane, I'm going to go to Window and select Tracker, and then I'm going to do Track Motion. And let's zoom in here, and I'm just going to bring this over the engine here and just do something down and dirty and quick. I'm just going to select Edit Target and make sure that my fire loop is selected because that's where I want all my tracking data to be applied. And I'm going to go ahead and track this forward. Okay, it looks like that track was okay. I'm going to go ahead and apply that, hit OK. Now let's have a look-see at what we got going here. Let's say we want to add some stars. I'm going to hit a couple of shooting stars here. So let's grab this one. And we don't want it to be yellow. Let's make it white. And I'm happy with the glow effect, that's fine. And I'm going to select import. And actually I'll have this move with the moon, so I'm going to go ahead and parent that to the moon layer, and then I'm going to put it down with the moon there. Okay, very cool. Now I got that shooting star in there. So I'm going to go to the birds section. Let's say we want a flock of birds kind of cruising through. I'm going to duplicate it, maybe create 5, and then I'm going to select them all, and I'm going to go to right click, pre-compose, navigate down to this layer here. Let's take a look at what we got going on. First, I'm going to scale these down, and I'm just going to create some variety really quick. Some are going to be larger than others. Just make sure none of them are the exact same size. Now I'm going to grab the position of some of them, move them around. So now the main problem I have here is that all these birds are kind of flapping their wings at the same time, so I need to do something to kind of break that up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these layers here, and down here at the bottom of my panel I have the AEJuice plugin. So I'm going to click on this, and there's one called the shifter. Now I have 3 different things I can do. I can shift, I can align, and I can stagger. Let's say maybe 12 frames, and I need to actually grab them. I'm going to go ahead and stagger them, and now I'll drag these over so they're all on frame. Okay, now while I have the variations here, they're still going at the same speed, so I can tweak the stretch values of each, just adding a little bit here and there so that none of them are really going the same speed. And now I have a proper flock of birds. And now I want to have an end title for it. So I'm going to create a new comp here, and I'm going to quickly add a solid layer. Now I'm going to add some text. And right down here in my AEJuice tools, the plugins, I can look at font previewer. And this is going to give me live previews of all the different fonts. I can simply type in what I want to change it here. Okay, I like this one. I'm going to select this, and now I'm going to click apply, and now automatically change it to that. It's a really, really quick way to apply that. So I have this text presets pack. I'm going to click on this. So here I have one of the animation or text animation presets, and down here is where all the power really resides. So here I can have it set to expressions and marker modes so that when I apply the animation, it's going to apply markers on here that I can control, so I could quickly control the amount or the time of the animation in and animation out, quickly retiming it. Over here I have different ease modes, and if I alt click on this symbol, you can see there's even further presets here, how I want my animation curve to go. I can select one, and then there's even a bounce mode, and I could just click on Animate. I can also do this. I can drag it directly over, and this is really the insane part. You see these arrows? So as I hold it over and I drag it, I can specifically tell it how I want it to animate in, like what direction. If I want it to animate in from the left here or the top left corner, let's say we want it to animate in this direction. Now I can just drop this. We can see the markers have been applied to the layer, So you can also specify when you toggle over here, if I just want to do the animation in, when I grab it, I just select this in here. So if I go over and do the opposite with the out, so just the out is selected, let's say I want it to go out in the opposite direction. Now I'm just going to simply drag it over here and it'll reapply it. So our animation in is still intact, and now our animation out has been reapplied. So that is insane. But we don't want to do kind of a straight cut. I'm going to drag this to where the animation kind of ends around the 4-second marker. And now I want to add a transition. I'm going to grab this one here and I'm going to click on import. So now it's applied basic transition 06. Now to actually apply this, I'm going to drag it and line it up with my end title graphic here. And all I need to do now is grab the title, put it below the transition, and then switch this to alpha track matte. And now this transition should look good. As one final touch, I could go in here and go grab a sound effect. This one's fine. I'm going to import that. Now let's have a look.